Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to go over assignment 10, build a solution sketch of it. And basically the app is simply a grades app. Basically you can add a course and provide the letter grade, and then in my grade screen it displays your grades and your GPA based on the courses that you added. Also, you are able to provide reviews for courses. So basically you can go into look at the list of courses, you can like some of them, and you can also see the number of reviews that people have added. You can go to another screen where you can add reviews and so on. So to start off, what we're going to do is I already set up the project. You already given a skeleton app. I already connected it to my Firebase project. And let's do add grade. So basically I'm just going to add a grade. Right, so basically that screen is already done here. You look at the app, here it is. You click on the plus sign, it takes you here. You can pick a semester. Let's do this. You can pick a course. Here's a course, and you can pick a grade. And basically, when you click submit, we want to add that to Firebase. And then the user is logged in, so basically we want to be able to identify what grades that you have assigned based on your user ID. Yani we want to filter them by user ID or figure out a way to do it by user ID. All right. So now let's go to add grade fragment, and let's have a look at the models that are provided to us. There is a there is a course, there is a post, there is a review, there is a semester. There's no grade, so let's go in and add a new Java class. We call it the grade. Right, here it is. And don't ask me again because I'm using GitHub here. Right, so here it is. Okay, grade fragment, and then basically in a grade we're going to store. We would like to store the letter grade, the course name, and so on, right? So basically, if you look at the letter grade here, we have these two. This is what I'm going to store. This is the letter grade and the numeric grade for a grade. And then also I want the semester. So there is a semester name. So I'm going to go in and say string semester, semester, here is that. That's the string semester, and then we want also the course name. Here is that, so it's going to be course name, and also semester. All right, there's that, and we also have the course number. Okay, so we go here. Okay, so we have the course number, course name, course number, course name, semester. We have the letter grade. And we have the number of hours, so number of credit hours. So this is a double number of hours of credits. Okay, credit hours. And then similarly, who does it belong to? So I'll have a string UID, right? So who does it belong to? Because I'm only going to filter by who does it belong to, right? So here is that. So we have the grade, right? Let's create a public constructor. Here's the constructor. And then getters and setters. Here's the getters and setters for it. Here we are. Enter. So I have the getters and setters for the grade. I'll copy these. I'll need them. Right. Here's the grade object that we created. Add a grade. When we click on submit, we are here. So we can check to see. You see here, you have the selected letter grade, selected semester, and selected course. So we can check to see if selected course is equal to null. I'm going to do something, and then for the other one for the grade, and then similarly for the semester, and now else. And then here you have to create a hash map of string and object, object, and this is data equal new hash map. There's that new hash map, and basically we're going to store here this data, basically the letter grade and so on. So basically I'm going to say data.put, and then the letter grade, we get it from the course, so that's the letter grade. Here we are. Similarly, I want data.put the numeric grade, we get it from the course, so we did that. Semester, we get it from here. The course name, course number, the number of hours. So this one is hours. Get hours. Here's that. Number of credit hours, and then the user ID. We get it from the user ID. We're gonna get it from here. Basically, we go here and say Firebase auth auth equal to Firebase auth instance, and then Firebase Firestore and db equal to get instance. So here is that. So now here, who is the user? Data.put UID. and that is mauth.getUID, and that gets you the user ID. So we have all the information that we need to store. When you when you create a new course, we just say db.collection. Yeah, if you want also to store the document ID, then we need to create a collection. Before this, we need to create a document reference. Docref equals to db.collection, and we'll call it courses or grades, and then we just do .document, and that gets you the document. Gets you some random document ID. So now here we can do the document ID. This means that in the grade we just need the document ID also. So I'm gonna copy this here and call this doc ID, and create a constructor for that also. Not a constructor, I mean getter and setter for the document ID. Go back again here, and we go here, and this is the doc ID, and we get this from the document reference dot get ID. That gets you the document ID. Now we have the document reference. Set the data dot set on complete listener. Set dot on complete listener. Here's that. New on complete listener, and gets you the on complete listener. So that's basically when you add a grade. Now if it's successful, we're going to display that it's successful. If task is successful, we just do this. Else maybe we can print something to the stack or something like that. We can print the error and so on. But when we are done, we go back. Right. So that's this. Now we run this. Go back here. Show up the app. So let's open up this a little bit here. Here we are. We click on add. Select the semester. Select the course. And select the grade. Here it is. And submit. And now let's go back here, refresh the screen. Okay, and here is grades, here is the document, and it shows you the course information here. There are no restrictions on taking a course multiple times and so on. If we need to restrict it, then we have to figure out an interesting way of doing that, right? So basically either how we structure the data, or we need to filter before we store. We need to figure out that in this case, but this document doesn't provide any restrictions on taking a course multiple times and so on. All right, so we are here. We're done with adding a grade. This is done. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You're able to add the grades. My grades fragment. Now we need to retrieve your grades. So basically, I don't need to see this one. I don't need to see this. Here's the on create. There is a recycler view, and basically what we're going to do is we need to build that recycler view to display the grades like this, right? Okay, we'll do that. We need an array list of grades, an array list of grade. Call it or call it m grades equal new array list. So we have that array list. We need to create a recycler view, so class grades adapter. We need an adapter extends recycler view dot adapter, and we need a view holder. Okay, class, here is that class grade view holder, and then this guy is what we put here, and options enter, import it, and add to implement the 3 methods that are needed. Here they are, and we know that the last one is going to be mgrades dot size, right? And then let's have a look and see if we have a layout. Yes, there is a layout provided called the grade row item. Okay, cool. So we have grade row item. So here we do row item binding equals to grade row item get inflator dot parent dot false. Here's that, and we copy this paste it here. Here we are, and we're gonna paste it in the constructor, and then item binding dot get root, and then item this dot item binding equals to item binding. So we're good here, and here we just do a new view holder with item binding, and we're good to go. Okay, now this one we do public void setup UI I'm gonna send you a grade, right? So we're gonna send you a grade, grade. Okay, and we can store it here also. All right, here we are. All right, so we are here, and we can just do some stuff here. So there are some text views that we are course name, get course name, right? So there's that. And then similarly, also we have the course name, we have the course number. So there's text view course number, get course number. There's that, and then there is text view letter grade. Where's the letter grade? Letter grade. So we can get letter grade. Here's that. Text view course number, course name, semester. So we can get semester. All right. So I think we have 4 text views. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 credit hours. So credit hours. So we do this. There's credit hours. Text view credit hours. Here's that. So this is going to be get credits, number of credits, and then plus credit hours. Okay, we're good here. So we're able to do this. The trash can, the binding.image view, set on-click listener, new on-click listener, and we'll look at it in a little bit, right? So we have that. Similarly, I would like to get to have mauth, and so Firebase auth mauth equals to Firebase auth, and then Firebase Firestore db equals to Firebase Firestore get instance. So we're good here. Now bind, we'll just call the bind holder dot setup UI and grades. Is that we get the grade? Here we are. So the adapter is literally done, and you should go back here and set up this adapter, initialize an adapter. Right, here's the adapter, and then we set it up here. We do adapter equal new adapter, and then binding dot recycler view, binding dot recycler view dot set adapter binding recycler view dot set layout manager new layout manager get context, and we're good. All right, so we have that. Now let's go in and set up the data. So I need to retrieve this data from Firebase, right? So I'll go in and do db dot collection is called grades. I want to listen to that, where equal to where the user ID is equal to mauth dot get uid, right? And then add snapshot listener. Notice that snapshot listener returns a listener registration. Now, as discussed in the previous videos, is that when you leave this screen, you need to disable the snapshot listener, because snapshot listener continues to survive beyond the life cycle of the layout. Because when the fragment goes in the backstack, the fragment layout is destroyed, but the object itself is still put in the freezer or still alive, right? So the snapshot listener is alive, and this is very dangerous, because if the snapshot listener receives a notification, it tries to change the layout doesn't exist, and you get all these null pointer exceptions. So we need this listener registration, right? So we'll do that in a little bit. New, let's say event listener here, we're good, and then we need the listener registration. So why we need to disable the snapshot listener when you are leaving the screen or when the view is destroyed. So listener, this is registration, we call listener registration, here's that, and you get a copy here, we put it here equal to this, and then we implement or override the on destroy view, and then check to see if listener registration is not equal to null. Then we just do listener registration dot remove, and this disables the snapshot listener. Okay, so we're good here. All right, so we're good. Now what we would like to do is we have grades, and when we are storing them, we store them exactly you see the class that these attributes match exactly the attributes on Firebase. Okay, so basically we are here, and we are going to receive these grades, right? So we could check to see if error is equal to nil, right? Is equal if let's say value is not equal to null, and value is not empty, then we're gonna clear the grades. Let's do this here. There we are. I'll put this outside. And I'm not gonna do this for loop like this. Basically, I'm going to go in. I'm gonna do for each, and this is a document snapshot. Here's that document, and then basically value dot get documents. All right, here it is, and options import the class. Here's that, and then basically we can get the grade equal to document to object, and then mgrades dot add grade. So we're good here. We're able to add the grade, and here it is. It gets reloaded, and we're good to go. And then we notify the adapter that the data sets have changed. Now we can also calculate your GPA. It's very easy. Basically, we just create a method here, a public or private void setup GPA or calculate GPA. Basically, it we do something like this. There is total credit hours, total GPA points, and basically credit hours, total credits equals, let's say, I'm not gonna do it like this, equal to this, let's say, just to avoid confusion, plus this, and then is equal to, total points is equal to this, plus, let's say this, then here we are, something like this. And remove this plus sign here. Now we check to see some things here. We need to check to see if total credits is greater than 0, right? So if it's equal to 0, if total credits is greater than 0, then we're good to go, do the math. Else it's here. So basically this is what we are gonna do. If it's equal to 0, we'll do the GPA is 0, and ours is 0 also, by the way. Otherwise we do the math here. Here it is, and here it is. And we can also format it and so on. So now also the GPA is 0 and ours is 0. Okay. Okay, so this is ours is 0, GPA is 0. Now here we get the GPA, and basically we can format it. So basically you could say format as 0.00, right? So let's do this. Here it is. And this is the hours. Format the double as this. Now we go here and double or string dot format, using string dot format. Okay, here we are. Can do something like this. Control Z, Control V, and similarly we can do this with hours. All right, here we are. Is GPA. Here is the hours. Things look okay, and it takes care of both cases. Now, where do we call this method? We call it when we are here. When we notify the dataset has changed, we just call it, and it's going to take care of it. So let's run it and see. Okay. Here it is, and here we are good. Here it is, and it calculated the GPA as 3, and it's a 4 credit hour course. So let's add another course. Select semester, same semester here, select this course, and let's pick another course here, and let's put a B. And now the GPA needs to be 3.5. All right, 3.5, 8 hours, and we're good, right? Now the delete feature is also very easy to implement. The delete feature is here. Where is it? Here's that. Scroll down. Here's the delete feature. All what we have to do is do db.collection, and it's called grades, right? Grades. And then we need the document ID. We need to point it somewhere, so we go to a document, and that is the grade, mgrade.get document ID, and then we do the delete. And I'm not going to notify the adapter that the data set has changed, because the snapshot listener at the top here will get triggered when the data changes. So let's run this again. We are good. Here it is. I click on the delete, and it deletes, and the GPA gets changed, and here it is, GPA, and we're good. So we're done with this part of the assignment. It's very easy. We are able to retrieve, we're able to create, delete, and retrieve, right? Now the next part of the assignment is a place where you where you create course reviews. Basically, if we look at the course reviews, it looks like this. So basically what happens is that you click on reviews and it lists the courses for you, right? This is coming in from an API. So these are a list of courses. And then you are able to click on a course, type in a review, right? Also, you are able to, let me see what happened here. Let's go here. Need to remove some of these previous projects. So let's run this again. Okay, so you click on reviews, it takes you here, right? You can cancel, it goes back. Click on reviews, takes you here. You click here, and you can cancel, it takes you back to reviews, right? You can type in a review, right? And it takes you back here. All right. So then, if you have these reviews, what we are storing in the database now are just the grades, the user grades that are created. You see here, the users create grades. Okay, we are back here, grades, we go home, refresh this screen. And this user, we don't have any grades yet, but if we add a grade, let's say here, you see that we're only storing the grades, and it has nothing to do with the reviews, right? So it's just the grades of a person. There's that, submit, and you see here the grades are going to be created. If you refresh, here are the grades and so on, right? Now the beauty of snapshot listeners is that if the data changes, so if I go here and update this grade, let's say I make it a B, notice what's going to happen on the screen. It changed to a B. All right, so that's very nice thing about snapshot listeners. But the reviews are nothing similar. So reviews, you go here, these are the courses that are coming in from the API. So if we close all of this, go back here, and let's look at course reviews. And what it's doing is that it's going in, get courses from an API, and it's populating it. And there is an adapter here that it's using. And it's displaying these grades. That's good, all right. Displaying these courses. So now how do I manage the like and not like? So what I am proposing that we do is we store another collection where let's call it courses, right? And then each document is it will hold information about how many reviews and who liked that course and who didn't like it, right? Okay. And this document is created when a review or not a review, when somebody attempts to like a course and there is no initial record, or somebody attempts to review a course when there is no initial record of that information. And I also recommend using, let's say, a list of IDs of people who liked a course, right? And in that case, we can figure out if your ID is in the list, then we show a full heart. If your ID is not in the list, we'll show an empty heart, right? So that's very straightforward process. And along the same lines, the number of reviews, when you create a new review, we just bump up that number by 1. And when you delete a review, we decrement that number by 1. All right, it's good. So now let's have a look at the models that are provided to us. Also, there is something called the course review, right? So that's, or we could call it course record. It's not a review. So let's say refractor, rename that, and we'll call it, for example, course likes and reviews, right? And counts and review count, right? All right. Okay, we did that here. So basically here it's going to have a string, let's say, or let's say a string, which is going to be the course ID. Okay, just to figure out which course it is. And then also we'll have an array list of string, and these are going to be the likes string, and this will be the like UIDs. Right, it's a new array list, so there's an array list. And then similarly, let's say we have an integer review count. Okay, let's start it off as 0. Right, here it is. And then we can create our getters and setters. Let's do this, getters and setters, create an empty constructor. All right, and we're good. So we have this idea that we're going to store this stuff here, right? Okay, then course reviews. So basically, what I'm going to do is these records are going to exist here under the courses collection. And my goal is that it's when is it going to be created is when you click on a heart and for example we click on a heart and there is no actual record before, so this means that I need to figure out if there is a record or no, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a snapshot listener on the courses, right? I know I don't have the courses yet, but I'll have a snapshot listener on the courses and use that to tell me what are the records for each course. So let's see here, we can call we need the DB, so we need also Firebase auth auth equal to Firebase auth, and then we do Firebase Firestore DB Firebase. Okay, good. So now what I would like to do is set up a snapshot listener on what? DB dot add snapshot collection, and we're gonna call that collection. This is gonna be courses, right? Or courses. Okay, courses, and then dot add snapshot listener new, and snapshot listener. All right, so we have the snapshot listener collection stuff happening here, and then basically we could check to see if value is not equal to null, right? And value is not empty, right? So we need to figure out if it's not empty and it's not equal to null, right? All right, so now what I will do is I'll have a dictionary, and basically what I'm going to do is I'll create a dictionary, which is a hash map of what? The key is going to be the course ID, so it's a string, and the value is going to be the course likes count record, and it's called, for example, we call it the record or the course review like count map, right? I'll call it a map, right? It's a hash map, okay. And review count map, so it's a count map, right? Here is that. So basically when we go in here, all we do is we just clear the map, dot clear it, so this clears everything inside the map, and then we just gonna loop over for each document in value.get documents. All right, here it is, and we just need to import that. Okay, then we go in and do a course reviews and likes, what is it called? Course reviews and like count. This is this one. We call it here document to this class, and then we do course put it by document ID. I'm not going to do it by document ID. I'm going to do it not document ID, by this guy has a course ID. Here's that. By course ID. So basically the key is going to be the course ID. So basically if I know the course ID, I can figure out is the course in the map or no, right? And then basically I'm going to just tell the adapter to notify the adapter that the data set changed. So basically here adapter.notify data set changed. And of course, because this is a snapshot listener, we need the listener registration, right? So we create and disable it. Okay, listener registration. All right, and then basically here we go. Listener registration equal to this, and then we need to implement on destroy view, and basically checks to see if the listener registration is not equal to null. We remove it. Okay, good. So that's our map that's going to hold information about if a course has been liked, and if it's liked by whom, and so on, right? Now, where are we going to use this? We're going to use it in the adapter. So if you go at the adapter here, and when we do setup UI, we can check to see if the course, so we could check to see, we can do something like this. We can try to get this record for using the course ID, using the map. So basically here we are going to the map, giving it the course ID as a key, and then see if there is a value. So if there is a value, if it's equal to null, so basically this one is equal to null, right? This means that it doesn't exist, else it exists, right? So basically if it doesn't exist, this means that we just go ahead and set up the item binding dot, let's say the image view heart dot set image resource to r dot drawable, right? R dot drawable dot heart empty. So basically this means it's an empty heart, right? Because it doesn't exist. Now here we are successfully found the course record. Now we want to find if the user ID is in the record or no, right? So you could check to see if the course likes count the item dot get UIDs dot contains mauth dot get current UID. This one, if it contains it, this means the user has liked it, otherwise they didn't like it. So it either empty heart or it will be an icy full heart. So basically here we are addressing both cases, you know, either to figure out what to display, right? Okay. Now what about the deletion and creation of the likes? So basically we go here, we do item binding dot image view hard is set on item click listener, and here we go. Now we need to do something very similar. So basically I'm going to copy this code here and paste it here, but I'm not going to use it to set the heart. But then when you click on it, I need to figure out do you like it or no, right? So basically if it's equal to null, if it's not on record, this means that you didn't like it, nobody else did like it before, and there are no reviews, right? So basically in this case we just need to create a record. Hash map, let me go in and make it global because all of them are gonna have hash map string object and call it data equal new hash map. Okay, good. So now here the data is going to hold, I'm basically trying to create a review object like this that looks something like this, right? So basically you're going to be creating something that looks like this, right? So basically I need in the data dot put the course ID to be the course ID. Okay, we have that, and this I'm going to use the m course, which is the one that is internal. Here's that. So we have the course ID, and then similarly I would like to add you to the list. So basically I create an array list of string, I'll call it IDs, you like IDs, and then basically I'm going to add the user to the you like IDs, and then I'm going to add the list that I created to the data, right? And then the review count to 0 because I'm not doing any reviews here, I'm just adding a new record. And then basically all what I do is db collection dot courses, and then add the document, set the data to be this, and we're good to go. So you have created a new record, right? Now you see it adds you to the record, right? This record doesn't exist, so it adds you to the record. So now what if you fall into the else part? This means that it is contained. This means that this user belongs to the he already likes the course, right? Likes it because his user ID is included in the like IDs. Now all we have to do is we go in and we do data dot put, and instead of this we do field value dot remove from the array, and what do we need to remove is this user ID. And then basically we'll do the same exact approach, but instead of set we are going to do an update, right? So basically we're updating because that record already exists, and so on. And similarly with this with this case, so this case you are removing, this case you are adding. So basically as there is remove, there is array union, which is array add. So basically now when you click on the button, we go into consult this map, try to see does it have a record. If it doesn't have a record, then we create a whole new record. If it does have a record, we check to see if the user ID is included in the user IDs, and then we update, right? So we remove that person from the ID because that person included, then we need to remove them. So let's run it and see what happens here, and what do we have. Too many moving pieces, I know, but let's see. So here is reviews, right? Now notice here there is no reviews. Refresh, right? Now I click on the heart and I go back here, refresh the screen, and I see now courses, course ID, and my ID is here. Okay, very good. So now what if I click on the heart again? Now you see that my ID disappeared. So you see here there is no my ID is not there anymore. Let me make this screen a little bit, put it to the side. Now see, when I click on it again, my ID appears. I click on another course, right? I click on another course here, and now it should have another course. And I go here, press enter, and then there is another one. So go here, there's one, and then there is two. I remove, my user ID is removed. I click on it again, my user ID is added, and so on. You see here I'm adding, there is another record being created, there is another record that has my user ID in it. Remove, remove, and remove. And basically it uses the user ID list. So now add, let's add here maybe add here also. See here, it's adding the user ID. All right, so now you are able to create these reviews and manage them, right? So I mean the likes. We're able to manage the likes, right? So there is just adding something to an array or removing it from the array. The next step, what we're going to do is to manage this count number, right? So basically you go here, you type in, enter a review, we should have a review being created, and in addition to that, we increment the number, the number that is displayed here. We need to, because we are also accumulating the number of reviews, so we need to increment the number of reviews. You see here the number of review count is 0. We need to bump it up by 1 when you create a review, and when you delete, you are able also to delete, we need to decrement it by 1. Okay, so let's start by just going into these reviews and see what do we have and what we don't have, and so on. So if we look here, we have the review a course. We're getting the course in, and that's what enables us to display the course information. And what we discussed is that we are going to be able to create a course. Okay, so let's go in and create, a review. All right, that's also very straightforward. And that is most probably on view created. There's a submit button here, and we go in and we create a review. And we're going to create them based on, we're going to use the same approach we used before to create stuff. So let's go in, double click here, all right? Firebase Auth, here it is, and then Firebase Firestore, and here we are. Okay, good. Now we need to create, let's have a look at what need to store. So if we have a review, do we have a course, a review course fragment? In the models we have a review. Yes, we have a review. And in the review we are going to store the document ID. So we'll have a string doc ID. And then similarly we'll have the, let's put also the course ID. We have the user ID who created it. And then we have the review, let's say text, the review text of what you typed in. And let's say, for example, we also have the timestamp of the stamp of created at, right? Okay, here we are, and then create an empty constructor. Here we are, and then getters and setters. All right, for everything, some getters and setters. So we have the review object. Cool. Now let me just get a copy of these because I'm gonna create them the same way. Here it is. Review course fragment. We have a hash map of string object, and let's call it, this is the data equal to new hash map. And then basically here is the stuff that I need added. Let's also create a document reference docref equals to db.collection.reviews, and let's say get a random document. Good. Data dot put, and then I'm gonna put the document reference. Also I'm gonna get the course ID. Okay, course ID is get course ID, is that okay? And then similarly the user ID is this, the review text is this, the timestamp is not system.current milliseconds, no, this is gonna be field value dot server timestamp. Here's that. So we have the created at, so we're good, we're done with the review information. And now we just need to do document reference dot set, and I pass it the data, and we're good to go, and we're done. We can also have some dot on complete listener, new and on complete listener. We can do stuff here to figure out if something went wrong or something, and so on. So that's how we add a review. Now, how do we display it? We need to have a snapshot listener. So let's set up a snapshot listener. We need a listener registration to start with. Listener registration. Here we are, and we will do on destroy if the listener registration is not equal to null remove. Good, and then we do that here. Collection is reviews dot add snapshot listener, new event listener. Good. So now we need to also filter by something. So basically where equal to the UID, not the UID, the course ID. We need to filter by course ID. So where is that? The field is called course ID, where course ID is equal to course.getCourse ID. just for that course that is being displayed, right? So here we are, and now here what we are doing is check to see if the value is not equal to null, and so basically, and the value is not empty, right? So basically we need to figure out it's not empty, right? Then we do for each document snapshots, we call it doc in value.get documents, right? And then basically we'll do a review equal to this, and we're gonna add it to mreviews. Okay, options, import the class, and we're good. And now we have an adapter, so we'll do mreviews.clear, and we here have an adapter dot notify dataset has changed. Okay, dataset changed, and we're good. We're good here. We're getting the reviews, and we're displaying them. It will trigger the adapter. Here is the adapter to reload. Here we are. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at, are we setting up the adapter or no? We are, yes, they are setting up the adapter already. Good. Now we are here, set up UI. We can do some stuff here. Basically we can go in and do the text view, review text, and then the date and time. So we know the simple date formatter. Alright, we also want update AM and PM. Okay, so I want to do that. So basically I want it also with AM and PM. So this is our I can go and look it up, but let's try to see if GPT can help us here. Simple date formatter to display, let's say 12, 30, 30, or let's say we do the month, let's say 3, 15, 20, 21, and AM and PM. Okay, alright, here we are, and I don't want the second, so I'm gonna do this. Here we are. So this is simple date formatter, and then item binding dot created at, set created add to review good get date. Perfect, so we have that set up here. Now I always do this if check to see if the review or mreview dot date get current is not equal to null. Okay, then we will do whatever we have here, right? Else we are going to show it as empty or not assigned, right? So I'm gonna do this stuff out. Alright, and we are setting up the review text. What else do we need? The review text, the name of the person. Okay, so we'll do this here. Item binding dot text view, the username dot set text review dot get. Oh, we are not storing that data, so let's go back again here, and also UID, and I want also to store string uname. All right, and this is the name of the user. Okay, here we are, and getter and setter for that one. Okay, good. And then when we are creating one, I need to update that also. Okay, where are we doing this? Here it is. Okay, we copy this one from here to here, and this is going to be u name, and get current user dot get display name. Okay, good. That's the name of the user. Okay. All right, so we're going to get the username. All right, here we are. So we were good. I think we are very close to getting done here. So we get the username being displayed. Let's run this and see what we're doing. So here we're able to add reviews for this course. Let's say test, submit. Here is the review. Submit again. Here's another review. So now if we go back and look at reviews, here it is. Refresh, and here are the reviews. And now let's go back. So this is 1212. We can cancel, right? So I don't know why it's crashing. Let's see, why is it crashing? Let's have a look. Let's worry about crashing for a little bit later, but let's go back here, and here it is, and we click on reviews. We pick another course. It's not showing the reviews. Why? Because we are filtering by if you look here, the snapshot listener, we're filtering by the course ID. They're only showing the reviews for that course ID. Here it is. Cancel, and let's go and look, and why is it crashing? Okay. So inconsistency detected. Position is it's something related to the array list. Okay, good. We will fix that. So what I'm going to do is, instead of what I'm going to do also is that when the view is being destroyed, I am also going to clear this data. So this m courses, right? All right, m courses dot clear. I think that's where the problem is. Let's have a look again. Let's see again the log where the issue was. Inconsistency detected in recycler view, out of bounds, grades app fragment. So the problem is in the grades app fragment. Okay, good. Let's go back to the grades app fragment. Where is that here? The grades, the my grades, here it is. Now what's happening is that we are coming back, there's something in the cache, but the data itself is null, so or is empty. So we'll do mgrades.clear also. I'm going to clear it. So when you come back to an empty list of grades, and it should wait for the listener to come back, right? So we have that here. So now when we run it, let's see if it's going to crash or no. So we are here. And we click on, let's say, reviews. We pick this course, click on cancel. It takes me back here, see? Click on this course, cancel. Click on this course, cancel, and it crashed again. So let's have a look at why did it crash. I think it's something very similar. So let's scroll down again. Go back here, and out of bounds, length of 0, out of bounds for length of 0. So we're already length of 0. Course reviews fragment, that's where the problem is. Okay, and there is also m courses, the same story. So basically what I'm going to do, the same thing. So as it's being destroyed, I'm going to clear these courses. All right, so here I'll go here. I'm going to do m courses dot clear. Okay, so it's going to still wait for things to happen, right? And let's see. Okay, so we are here, and I click on reviews, click on a course, cancel. I'm waiting for the courses to happen. Cancel, cancel, and we're back. So I just clear it. It seems that there is inconsistency is caused by this listener. It's triggering before the data comes in, and it thinks that the data is there. So I'm clearing the data, because when I come back anyway, I'm going to get the data. See, I'm going to get courses anyway. All right, so go back to reviews. Here we are, and we are able to create reviews. We're able to delete reviews. That's also very easy. Let's delete reviews. So review a course. And here is this adapter, and basically here we need to figure out if you are the person who created the review or no. So if mreview.get UID equals mauth. All right, so basically that's you're setting up the button. So this is the image view delete, either it's there or not there. So basically it's visible, or this one, if it's equal, then it's visible. Otherwise, it's invisible. All right. Okay. And then basically, we also set up our event handler. So basically, item binding dot image view delete dot set on click listener new on click listener, and then basically all I'm going to do is just delete based on I need this reviews, and then I also need a document ID to the review. So here is that dot document, and this is the mreview dot get document ID dot delete, and that deletes it. All right, that deletes the review. Now run it again. Again, all of this is governed by the snapshot listener, so we are good. We don't have to notify the adapter or anything. The snapshot listener will get notified. Here it is. I click on delete, it gets deleted. I click on delete again, it gets deleted. Enter another review, click on submit, click on submit again. You have the reviews, and so on. All right, so we're good with these reviews, right? And we're good with adding and deleting. Okay, good. So now what I would like to do also is to figure out how to increment or decrement the course information, based on the review count. So whenever I create a review, I want to increment it. When I decrease a review, I want to decrement it. So in order to do that, I would like to retrieve that course review, this course document that we have here, which has the information, okay? And So what I will do is, in addition to the course, I'll have here also a private value and call it, for example, course likes review count, and this is the course like review count, because that's the course like review count. And now what I'm going to do is I'll have a snapshot listener that points to that location and helps me in retrieving that data. So I'll have another snapshot listener, right, that points to db.collection and its courses, right? And then here we go and do the document. This is mcourse.get course ID. So basically by course ID dot add snapshot listener, new snapshot listener. And basically notice here we are getting a document snapshot, not we are getting a document snapshot, not a query snapshot, because it's only one document. We're going in and getting one document. So we check to see if value is not equal to null, and value exists, right? Then we can continue on, right? So basically else equal to false, equal to null, right? Either it's this or this. Now if it exists, then I'll do m course review count equals value to object here, and now we can just do adapter dot notify dataset has changed. So now what we're doing is we're getting that value from if it exists, right? And then also we need a listener registration for this guy. So we go in and call it, for example, listener registration for likes. Okay, copy that, and this is what we will have here. And then when you do on destroy view, we also do the same thing. If this one is equal to null, is not equal to null, then we're going to disable. All right, so now this guy has information about the count, information about being it existing or not existing. So now when you create a new, let's say we go in and you click on creating the submit button, right? So when you click on the submit button here, now after you create a review, I need to figure out if this guy is equal to null, right? If it's equal to null, if it's not equal to null, then I need to increment. So let's delete this and we'll look at it in a little bit. Now, if it's equal to null, right? So basically, if it is equal to null, I need to create. I'll use the map approach. You can also use the same approach here. So let's go back here. This is the course reviews, and when we click the heart or remove the heart, that's when I will look at it. We did that before, so I'm just going to copy the stuff that we had here. Let's copy this stuff from here, right? Go back to my grades, not my grades, review a course, here it is, and I'm gonna put this in a comment here. Okay, so basically what we did is to check to see does it exist or no. If it doesn't if it is equal, if it's, let's say we start off when it's equal to null, right? So basically let's say is it equal to null, just to be consistent with the one we had at the bottom. So if it's equal to null, then what we're going to do is, let's cut this from here, put it here, and we call it the likes data likes. All right. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to create something like this. Here we are, and this is data likes, so we don't need this stuff here, right? And we don't need this stuff also here. We go do a new list, new array list of string. Here it is. Okay, so this is the new array list of view IDs. The review count is 1 because you're creating a new review, and we also need the course ID. So we need to copy this from here, put it here. This is the course ID, and these are the data likes. Here's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So we create a new one, and here it is. So we add the course, very similar. See here, adding the course based on the course ID, and so on. Right? Okay, so we're good here. With this kind of approach, right? We created a new record and we incremented the review count, right? Now, if it does exist, then all we need is an update statement. So I need to copy this guy from here, all right? And then this guy now needs to be dot put in the course review count. I need to increment it. So basically, I'm gonna take this guy from here, review count, comma field value dot increment by 1.0. Right, so basically you're incrementing it by 1, and you are done. So basically, but here we don't do a set, we do an update, similar to here. See, update and update, we do an update. So basically here is how we are going to increment. Now we do the same exact thing when you do delete. So basically if we go back to the adapter view holder, the delete code is here. Now we check to see if it's equal to null. Now if it's equal to null, then we are gonna create one with 0 entries, right? I don't know what this case, when is this gonna happen, but anyway. Now if it's not equal to null, we're going to increment, but by -1. There is no decrement. See, there is no decrement, there is only increment. So we'll increment by -1, it will update and go from there. So now we took care of all the cases. Now let's run and see if we are actually updating the data. Okay, here we are. Now we click on reviews. Here we are. Let's say, let me clear some of the records so that we are, let's delete this collection. This is courses. Delete that. And the reviews also, I'm going to delete that also. There's that also, and we're good. Here it is. Let's say we pick this course. I click on the heart. And now what happens is that if you refresh, here's the course and has one user. If you click on the heart again, right? If you click on the heart again, oh sorry, I clicked on it multiple times, then the user ID is removed. Okay, good. So now I click here. Now I do test and I click submit. Now notice the review count is incremented by 1. Now I need to figure out a way to take this outside. Let's see if I do it in a window. Okay, perfect. I can do it in a window. Minimize this here, and then we are back here. Good. Okay, good. So now you see when I click on submit again, I'm incrementing the count. Why? Because this is already available. This is already, the record is already there. So when you are creating, we're just updating. Now when I click on delete, the record is already there, so it will update. Right? Here it is. Submit and so on. Let's say we go cancel, and now it shows the list of courses, right? And now I like the course. You see the likes are updated. Now I didn't like anything here. So when I click here, this course has no record, right? Now I do test here and I click on submit. We create a whole new record. You see here, there is a whole new record that was created. No like IDs, but we incremented the number here. Let's add, and it's adding the number. Cancel. Okay, and then click here. Remove. Add and remove. So we handled all the cases. And click here, let's add some reviews, submit, okay, cancel, and then it shows, and now we're not displaying them, so let's go and display them. So in our code, we didn't write the code to display them, but that's very easy. So we go back here in the course reviews. If you look at the place where we're not displaying it, so let's go and display it. So basically here where are we going to do it? Here. So basically, if it doesn't exist, if it's equal to null, then we just go in and say item binding dot text view the reviews. We just say dot set text 0 reviews, right? Otherwise we just tell it how many reviews based on whatever number we're getting. So basically here, and this is out, we go here, we go course likes count dot get reviews count, and then we add it, and that's perfect. So now when we run this, here we are, and it will display the number of reviews. We go to reviews, and the number of reviews is being displayed. Go here, click here, type another one and another one. Click on cancel, and then it shows 5 reviews. All right, so we did demonstrate how to build this and what design decisions we made. So please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.